Now here in this categories.php file, when we don't have any problem with these validations, so we are going to add one last else statement right here, in which first of all we need to grab this database connection. So opening this db.php file, closing this datetime session file, dashboard.php, functions.php as well. And in the db.php file you can see we got this connecting db, and we already connect this file of db.php with this file of categories.php. So first of all we are going to add the global variable of connecting db that is going to help us grab this connection from this file of db.php. Now we have to establish our query right now, so I'm gonna add one variable of query right here, and in which I'm gonna write the query that is going to help us add the data in our database. For adding data we need to use the insert command, and we are going to insert into the table of this category. So we need to specify the exact name of this category right here. So insert into category in the column of datetime name and creator name. So in the column of datetime name of category and creator name. Now for now we don't have anything to this creator name, so for now I'm gonna add by default admin right here, and I'm gonna equal it with my name of Jazib Akram. We will add the name automatically later when we are going to add the registration system for the admins. So for now I'm gonna add the Jazib Akram as a default creator name. So now we selected 3 column datetime name and creator name. Now it's time we should add the values to these fields as well. So the first value will be in the parentheses in single quote. First of all we are going to pass this variable of datetime that is going to be here. Then we are going to pass this category in the field of name in the single quote. Then we are going to pass the default admin name in the third one in the single quote as well. Now our query is completed. Now on the next line we have to execute this query, so I'm gonna add one new variable of execute, and I'm gonna equal it with MySQL underscore query to run this query, and I'm gonna pass this query inside here to run it. So on the next line I'm gonna say that if this query runs successfully, so means if this variable of execute run, then you should add one session, but this time the session will be, instead of error message we will add the success message that category added successfully. Now if I can show you this sessions.php file where we added this session message of success message. So now we are going to use this one for the successes right here, and then we are going to redirect our user to categories.php. And in case if this query doesn't work perfectly, we will add one error message and we will say that something went wrong or category failed to add. Now saving this one out, looks good, and also you can see that this else belong to this one, and this one belong to this else, and this else belong to this submit button. And also before running this code you should see your query so that you don't run into problem. So first of all insert into the table of category. I added this 9 right here, so we don't need this. Then we have these 3 columns, datetime name and creator name, and these one will be as according to these name of datetime name and creator name. otherwise it won't going to work. Then these variable of date time, category and admin, then we are going to run our query, and if the query runs successfully, then we are going to pass this success message, else we are going to pass this error message in the session. So if I refresh this page to load the PHP and add new category to be trending, adding it, you can see we got success message, category added successfully. And if I browse this table, you can see we got one ID and date time to be this May 18 2017, and this time name is trending and creator name is default Jazib Akram. Now this one is working. Page of manage categories.php. Right after this one, I'm gonna add one table that is going to extract all the categories from our table of category. So move back to my editor. So right after our form where we have this form, we have this form right here. So right after this form, this div after this form, I'm gonna add one new div right here, and in which I'm going to add one table that will have couple of headings and table data. So in the first table row, we are going to add couple of headings here to be th. The first heading will be sr number. The second heading will be for the name or the date time. The third one will be for category name, and the last one will be for the creator name or author. So let's make it to creator name. Now saving this one out. Now right after this tr, I'm going to add one PHP scope to extract all the data from the table. So I'm gonna add PHP scope, in which first of all we are going to add the global variable of connecting db, that is going to connect our this db.php file with this code block. Then we are going to add one query, and this query I'm going to call this query to be view query. And inside this query, first of all we are going to select static, means select all the columns from the table of category, that's all. Then we are going to run this query, so adding new variable of execute right here, and we are going to add the MySQL underscore query to run this query. So passing this view query inside here, and then we are going to use one while loop that is going to extract all the data in form of fetch array. So adding first here one variable of data rows, and this variable will be equal to MySQL function of MySQL underscore fetch array, and then we are going to pass this execute variable right here. And now starting off this while loop, and first of all we need to grab this data rows, and we can grab the information about this table of categories. So the first variable will be for the ID, and that is going to grabbed by the data rows, and we need to mention the correct name of ID that we got here in this table. I'm mentioning this name ID. Now for the next item, we have to grab the next item, and that item is this one, date time. So adding new variable of date time here, and now we need to specify the correct name of lower form of date time right here. So adding it right here to fetch the data from the database, and now adding the next one, and that is name to our category. So I'm gonna say to category name, and this one will going to extract the name of our category, and the last one will be for the creator name, and that is going to grab the creator name in the lower form. Now we fetch all the data from here. Now you can see this while loop is ending right here. So in the table we have to add one new row, and inside this row we are going to add couple of table data items. So we need couple of data items right here. So the first one will be, we have to start the PHP scope, and we need to echo this ID that we extracted from our database. Now doing it for every single thing. Now changing it for datetime, then changing it for category name, then changing it for creator name. Now as we are not going to extract just the one record, so we need to grab this while loop ending from here, and we need to place this ending right before our table, and we can only do that by adding one PHP scope, because this parenthesis belong to the PHP scope. Now saving this one out, if I refresh my page, now you can see we got error on line 120. The error is this damn semicolon. Refreshing the page, you can see we extracted one data from the table, but this one is not looking very great. Before doing anything, let's add one more category. So I'm going to add new category to be PHP. You can see the second category of PHP. Now in case if I browse this directly from here and delete this first category and refresh this page, now you can see we got the serial number to be starting with 2, which we don't want at any price. So we need to start one variable that is going to take care the serial number of exactly number of time on which our while loop is going to run. So right before this while loop, I'm gonna add one variable of srno, and this variable will be equal to by default to 0. So we are going to plus this sr number variable every time when this while loop is going to work. So we need to add the increment to this variable of sr number. Now instead of adding the id here, we can add this variable of srno to have the serial number from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9 10. So adding it right here, saving this one. If I refresh this page, now you can see we got one. If I add new category to be trending, you can see we got this new category of trending. And let's also style the table that we have. We can easily do that by using Bootstrap. It's not a problem anymore. Right before anything, where we started this table, we got this div in which we place this table. So I'm gonna add here some class, but before doing that, I'm gonna add some classes to this table tag. So first class will be table, that is also the Bootstrap class. So if I refresh this page now, you can see we got very cool table by using this one simple class of table. Now I'm gonna use one more Bootstrap class, and that is the class of table dash stripped. Saving this one out, refreshing the page. Now you can see we got gray color on first field, then white color, then gray field. Now in case if you want to add the hover color on these field, you can add Bootstrap class of table dash hover. Saving this one, refreshing the page. Now you can see when I hover, I'm getting this hover effect. Now if I minimize this window, you can see this table is not responsive. So we need to make it responsive. We can only do that by using Bootstrap table responsive class. So the div in which we placed our table, I'm gonna add here Bootstrap class of table responsive. Refreshing the page. Now you can see we got this tab by which we can easily see all the information even when we are having the small screens. Now one more thing to do here, you can see that if I create one new category of HTML, then this HTML is showing right at the end, which we don't want. I want to see the latest entries at the top. We can only do that by using one simple modification in our query. You can see we got this query of view query select static from category. So we can add the clause of order by, which is going to make our results in ascending or descending order. So we are going to apply it on the column of date time in the table, and we want to use the descending order, so adding the DESC right here, saving this one out. By default, if you don't add your order by clause, then it's going to show you the data in ascending order. I want to see the data in the descending order. So refreshing the page, now you can see HTML is on the top. Adding new category to Java. Now you can see that Java is on the top. Now our work of this file of manage categories has been completed. Now before ending this lecture, you can see we got this text jazib right here. So let's remove this one because we are done with this file, so I don't want to leave it behind. So we got jazib in the side area right here, this h1 jazib, removing this one. And also you can see this name is quite the same, so I'm gonna style it by applying the custom style span tag on this field of name. So here is this field of name right here, so I'm gonna add one span tag around it, and I'm gonna use new class of field info, which I'm going to create. Let's put this span around this name. Now we need to create the style for this class of field info. Now I'm going to add this class of field info. So right in the same file categories.php, I'm gonna add the style for this class right here, field info. So I gave it some color, font family and font sizes. Now saving this one out, refreshing the page, we got name with this stylish one.